The story of Esther 1. The story of Esther in the Old Testament is about Israelites who were captured as prisoners and living in a country called Persia. Xerxes, the king of Persia, ruled 127 provinces from India to Egypt. It was so difficult ruling over all of these regions that Xerxes could only find stability in the countries after 3 years of his reign. Today's lesson is based on this background. The king was so happy about the peace that came to his countries that he threw a feast for 6 whole months in all over the country. At the end of this feast, he threw another 7-day party for the people living in the capital. And what was special was that the party was held in the king's garden. Finally, the party was about to come to an end. The king handed out gold goblets to people and told them that whoever wants to drink a lot can drink a lot, and whoever wishes to drink little can drink little. The king had thrown a party, but didn't want his people to be forced to partake in it. The king, however, had a bit too much to drink, and wanted to show off his beautiful queen to his people and servants. King Xerxes sent 7 servants to call his queen, and that's when the incident happened. At the same time, the queen was having a party of her own for the many women who worked in the royal palace. And the king's sudden calling for her must have hurt her self-esteem. She was having a great time with her friends. For the queen, it was embarrassing to suddenly get up and leave, saying that the king had called her, and even more embarrassing to present herself in front of a bunch of drunken men. So the queen told the servants that she will not answer to the king's call. How do you think the king felt? He shouldn't have tried to force the queen to come to him, just as he didn't force his people to drink wine. The king consulted the 7 wise men what he should do. The wise men said that the queen is never again to enter the presence of the king, and that through this incident, it should be known to the whole country that all women must speak in the language of their husband's country at their home. Persia was a big country at the time, and people of different countries married each other. The language of the women was used in the household. So now, the wise men were saying that the language of the husband should be used in the house. In the end, the queen was deposed and the king welcomed a new queen. Now, sometimes when you read the Bible, you wonder why certain stories are told in the Bible. This is especially true for the book of Esther. What meaning does the story about the Persian king have in our lives? It's not a story of miracle like that of David, nor God's word delivered through prophets like Isaiah or Jeremiah. The book of Esther only tells the sad stories about Israelites living as prisoners in a huge empire called Persia. But you know what? The world we live in may be similar to that of Esther's. We live along with people who don't know about God. Through our lessons in Esther, we will learn about how the Bible figures who believe in God handle situations of crisis, and how gracious God is to those who keep their faith as they live amidst people who do not know about God.